So I'm at the LA Auto Show standing in front of the brand new 2025 refreshed Volkswagen Golf GTI. Let's hop in and see all the changes for this model year. Let's jump right into the refreshed Golf by highlighting the changes on the exterior. First thing you'll notice are these headlights. They have a slick new shape and the running lights are also different. Connecting the two headlights is a light bar that is standard across all Golf models now, which is quite interesting why VW decided to do this, because generally when I see light bar, I think EV, but not for the Golf. Moving down to the front bumper, there are some subtle changes, but it still looks good either way. I want to call attention to the 5 individual beams here in the bumper, which look cool, and overall it gives it a pretty aggressive look for just, I guess, the regular GTI model. Moving to the side, the classic Golf shape is still present, but there are new 19-inch wheels for the 2025 model year. Check these out. They're a mix of silver and black, and you can also see the red painted caliper there in the background, but it does kind of give like this Alfa Romeo vibe. I saw the pictures of it, and seeing them in person, it's absolutely true. It looks like the wheels from the Alfa Romeo Giulia. Now, making our way around the side, the taillights have also been revised and look sharp. The dual exit exhaust pipes with a healthy size exhaust tip give the GTI that sporty look the buyers are looking for. I mean, overall, it's a subtle change like the front, but still looks aggressive and I guess suits the overall nature of the GTI. Now let's take a look at the trunk. Push on the Volkswagen, you pull up. This does not have a power lift gate, and there's about 20 cubic feet of space in the back of the GTI. And if you fold down the rear seats, it expands to about 35 cubic feet of space. So just with the seats folded up, I can see probably 2 larger pieces of luggage kind of stacked on top of each other, and maybe like a duffel bag and things like that. But there should be enough room in here for you to do what you need to on a daily basis, and even take it on a long road trip. All right, now let's talk about the engine. It is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that makes the same 241 horsepower and 273 pounds-feet of torque, and it is mated to a 7-speed dual clutch automatic gearbox. The bad news here is that the US-based Golf will not get the extra power that the Euro spec is getting, and even more unfortunate is the fact that it's losing the 6-speed manual transmission. Very sad, another one bites the dust, boys and girls. But hey, it is what it is. At least the dual clutch is very good. All right, now let's look at the inside. First thing I want to highlight, these seats. They're basically the same seat from the prior refresh, but these have this cool looking cloth material with the red stitching here and the kind of houndstooth, not houndstooth, but probably plaid is the more appropriate way to describe these. It's just a really nice touch on the GTI, the sportier version. And sitting here at 5'11", the seat is comfortable. I have plenty of headroom. I have plenty of legroom as well. No issues in terms of space. The overall seating position is nice. The cabin up here is also a decent size. Let me close the door. Nice solid feel there. And one of the bigger differences for this model year or for the refresh is the screens. So this is the biggest change, as I mentioned. It's a 12.9-inch screen running the latest version of Volkswagen software. The let me see, is it on? I think it's running on accessory power, so I don't have the ability to go into any of the screens. But oh, there we go. All right, so this is Volkswagen's latest software, and it is pretty intuitive and easy to use. Everything is nicely laid out. If you don't want to mess with it, you do have the ability to run Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. One of the things that might bother some people, the climate controls and the volume knob is now a slider. Everything is a slider motion like this, and here's the climate controls. But The nice thing is there still are some buttons down here. So this is for your drive modes. This takes you into the climate menu, and this is just the overall menu itself. But there still are some physical buttons down here, but it seems like most of it has been moved up into the screen for the simplification of the dash area, not the dash, but the center console area here. This is a shifter, very small, almost resembles something that you see in a Porsche, the PDK product. And there's a wireless charger here with two USB Type-C charging outlets. All right, and the other big change for this refresh is the steering wheel. The wheel itself is still the same. It's a nice thick wheel with red stitching around the borders here and some red trimming with the GTI badge. The change are the buttons. So in the 2024 model year, it's a haptic feedback touch sensitive button, but now Volkswagen has moved to a physical button like you see here, push down buttons, traditional. And I think this is probably from the feedback that they received from their customer base, but it's nice to see physical buttons are still found in these newer modern cars. All right, now let's take a quick look at the back seats. The cloth material does continue. I like that touch a lot. And overall, it's a decent size space, not too big, not too small. Let me take a seat. Here I am, sitting behind myself at 5'11". I have a decent amount of headroom. My hair is not touching the ceiling. I have a good amount of legroom as well. I can see that there are some functions here with the touch screen and two USB Type-C chargers in the back there, which are really important. There is a storage area for the back seats, and there's a sunroof or a moonroof up there. Nothing for the back seats, but overall it's a nice functional space back here, decent size. So there will be 4 different trim levels for the 2025 Volkswagen Golf GTI, the S, the SE, the Autobahn, and the Type R. Volkswagen has not announced any pricing, but they do say that they expect these cars to be in the dealership floors here in the next month or so, or at the beginning of 2025. So that's it. Let me know in the comments what you think about the 2025 refresh, the Mark 8.5 for the Golf. If you have any questions, please make sure you leave me a comment down below or send me a message on Instagram @DriveSteady. If you happen to be interested in the Type R, here's a link for you to watch that video. Otherwise, thank you for watching this. Until next time, drive steady.